Welcome to all of you. Let's see what all the topics I am going to discuss in this regression series. So these are the topics which I will be discussing in next couple of videos, and that will be completely a part of regression series. So the first one, building simple and multiple regression model using gradient, stochastic gradient, mini batch gradient descent algorithm. Second, solving normal equation. Then second topic would be evaluation measure R square, mean square error, model selection. So if we have a various model, then which model should be selected and which one will be suitable for that particular data, that we will see in this model selection topic. And then we will see the overfitting, and then to combat the overfitting problem we will see the ridge and lasso regression, and at the end we will see what is forward and backward stepwise feature selection. So the topic which I have already discussed in last video, if you have not seen, please go through that to understand this linear regression, multiple linear regression and polynomial regression. So I have already discussed in my previous video what is linear regression, what is multiple linear regression, what is polynomial regression, and what all those things are there. So in this video we are going to see how to find out the optimal W0 and W1, which is nothing but a weight of that particular model which we will build. So let us look at the example which we have seen in last video, that is predicting sales of the product based on the money that is going to be spent on advertisement. So if you have given data point like this is the data point is given to us. Suppose capital N data points are there. So here you can see only three data points I have taken, but let's suppose we have a capital N data points. N could be 100,000, 10,000, anything. N data points are given to us, and the problem which we need to solve is that if someone comes and says that I want to put this much of money on advertisement, then how much sales I am going to get here. As I told earlier, sales is completely dependent on the money that is put on advertisement and not any other factor. Perhaps in this case, the configuration of the item is not been changed over the time, and sales is directly proportional to the money that is put on advertisement. So here our assumption is that sales is completely dependent on advertisement, and there is no configuration change on the product or anything. So under this assumption we are going to solve the problems if we represent this data point using a scatter plot of x-axis, where x-axis, so let's create one scatter plot. So a scatter plot is this. Here x-axis represent sales, x-axis represent advertisement, the money which we put in advertisement, and y-axis sales. So this is the point 10, this is point 45, this is point 50. If you have other data point, n data point, then we have to represent this in x-axis. So in respect to 10, there are 520, for 45 735 cells we will get, and for 50 we will get 900. So these are the point, this is the actual point. So here x-axis, as I said you, it's advertisement, and y-axis is having the money which is put on advertisement, and y-axis represent the revenue which is generated through sales. Then all these data points can be easily represented as discrete point like this, which you can see now. From now onwards we are going to say first data point as, so first data point, this is the first data point, this is the second data point, and this is the third data point. So we will say first data point as x1 y1, second data point x2 y2, and nth data point xn, yn. And here x1 represent this and y1 represent this guy. So if we have 100 examples, then we have 100 tuples like this. 100 tuples we will be having like this. If you have a thousand, then thousand tuples we will have like this. So it's all depend on the data points which you have. So when we say the target attribute or response, the target attribute or response, which is sales, nothing but sales here, is linearly related to advertisement, then we say we are applying linear regression. What do you mean by sales is linearly related to advertisement? That means if y represent the sale of the product, if y represent sale of the product and x represent the money that is spent on advertisement, then y and x are linearly related, means y can be written as w0 plus w1x. Then we can say that x is linearly related to y. Now w0, w1, w0 and w1 are called model parameter m. This is model parameter. And building a linear regression model is nothing but finding optimal W0 and W1 that best fit the data that is given. How to find this model parameter W0 and W1 is what we are going to see in this video and next couple of video. Say by means of the procedure that we are going to see, if we are able to find W0 and W1. So let's say it happened to be in our case W0 is 500 and W1 equal to 5. Take this example. Then we say that the sales can be predicted by the equation. So let's put W0 in this equation. 500 plus 5x. So this is one equation. So this is nothing but a straight line which look like this. So it is going like from 500, so something like that. So here W0 500, that means when no money is spent on advertisement, this W0 and this one W1. So W0 500 means when no money is spent on advertisement, even then there are going to be 500 lakhs of rupees to be generated by selling the product. Similarly, W1 represent 5. In this case, it represents the change of sales per unit change in the money that is been spent on advertisement. Let me repeat this one. What is the meaning of 5? It represent the change of sales per unit change in the money that is been spent on advertising. Here W1 represent 5 means if I am going to spend 1 lakh rupees on advertising, then more or less there are going to be 5 lakh of rupees will be increase in my sales. So if you put 1 more lakh here as advertising in this X, then 5 more lakhs of rupees is going to be increase in our sales. If you see in geometric perspective, W1 is nothing but a slope of a line. So this W1 is nothing but a slope of this line. If you see this line, slope of this line representing the change of sale per unit change in the money that is being spent on advertising. Now, if anybody comes and ask, I'm going to put 35 lakh rupees on advertising, then how much the sale can I expect? This is what we are going to predict here. So let's take if x equal to 35, if someone is saying that 35 lakhs of rupees we are going to spend on advertisement, then what would be the predicted sale? So just put this value here, 500 plus 5 cross 35, which is nothing but 500 plus 175 equal to 675. So this much of money we are going to get as a predicted value if we take this one line, and where we substitute x as a 35, then this is the 675 lakhs of rupees we will get it. So once we get to know the best possible model parameter, so this is the model parameter, the 505 W0 W1, best possible model parameter W0 W1, then perhaps we will be able to predict how much sales are there when I am going to put so much and so money on advertising. So now the problem is how to find model parameter W0, W1. If you carefully observe every possible tuple of W0, W1 or any possible line, in this case perhaps let's take this is also kind of line 400 plus 6s. We can say this is also a one line, as we have seen here 500 plus 5x. So this can also be a model line which can fit our model. Is also going to be a candidate linear regression model. Perhaps it might not be as good as other model. We will see what is as good as here means. So with respect to this particular line or regression model, let us try to predict how much going to be sales when money that is put on advertisement is 10 lakh rupees. That means with respect to first data point, if 10 lakh rupees is the money that is going to be spent, what is the predicted amount of money that is being generated through sales? If you want to see that, it is nothing but, so let's take here one example which we have taken as y equal to 400 plus 6x. So this is one line and this is the scatter plot x and y, 10, 45, 50, 520, 735 and 900. So this is the line which we have taken as an example. So if you want to see this, it is nothing but, if you take this first example, first data point x1 and y1. So the predicted value would be y cap equal to 400 plus 6x. It's nothing but 400 plus 6 cross 10. So this is the first data point 10. We are putting here 10. So let's see what is the predicted value it is coming. So it is nothing but 400 plus 60. It is 460. So this is the predicted value we are getting when we are putting x equal to 10 lakh of rupees. This is the first data point. This is going to be money that is being generated through sales. If we say my regression model is going to be y equal to 400 plus 6x, then this is going to be what is my predicted value. And in reality, we know the first data point when we spend 10 lakh rupees, the sales or revenue which are going to be, so in reality is 520, but our model which we have picked up 400 plus 6x is giving 460. So there is a difference. So in 10, in reality this is 520, but it is saying 460. That means something here which are going to be 520. Then the error with respect to first training data point is going to be, so what would be the error here? So let's see, this is the error 1. You understood, right? What is the meaning of error? If we put 10 lakh of rupees as an input in this x, actually it is 520, but our this regression model which we have put it 400 plus 6x is giving 460. So that means there is a difference. This is the actual point and this is the predicted point. So there is a difference here, and this is called a loss actually. This much of loss is going to happen. Actually, we are going to get 520, but when we are building a model, it is giving 460. Then we have to identify what is the error. Then error is nothing but y cap minus y. Y cap means this one is the y cap, it's a predicted, it is a predicted one, and this y is actual in data point. So what is this y cap? We have got it, this 460. So 460 minus what is actual? Actual is 520. So 520. So difference is minus 60. Similarly, we can find the error with respect to second training data points. We can find the error for this data point, this data point, for all the data point. If we have a capital N data point, N could be 100, 1000, 10,000, anything. We can find error with respect to third training point, find error with respect to nth training example. Say perhaps if we can sum up all the error with respect to first training example. So this one, if you see, y1 cap minus y1, then y2 cap minus y2, then dash 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 so on, yn cap minus yn, where caps one is the predicted one, and this one y1 y2 and y1 is the actual one which we have given here, you can see here. So predicted minus actual, this is the first data point. For first data point, this is for second data point, and this is for nth data point. So these are the error that is going to be generated for our data point. If I say this is going to be the regression model, then the square of the error going to be, so what is the square of the error? So this is one error, so let's put it a square here. Why we put a square, I will tell you here. So as you can see here, if you do not put a square, what will happen? The first data point, if you put it 10 here, it has given minus 60. Some other data point might give plus 60, then it will be cancelled. Minus 60 and plus 60 would be 0. So avoid this minus and plus, we are just squaring that. So once you square it, the minus will become plus and plus will be a plus only. So we will not have a cancellation of data. So that's why we are putting a square on this. So then a square of the error going to be this, we are putting just a square. Then I can say that if I am going to say my candidate regression model, that is 400 plus 6x is going to be the candidate regression model which I am going to follow, then I am going to encounter sum of a square of errors that is equivalent to, so sum of a squares of errors means what? Just put the plus here, everywhere plus. So what we have done it, we have got the predicted minus actual for each data point, then we have squared it. Why we have squared it, I have already told. One data point will, this is the error, we have squared it, and then sum of the square of error is nothing but putting the sum, we are summing up all of them, equivalent to this with respect to first data point. This is first, second and third. Say error happen to be, let's suppose this one is giving error, let's suppose 1350. So if you sum up, it will give some numerical value here, 1350. Then I can say that 1350 is the error when I fit the model y equal to 400 plus 6x. So when you fit the model y equal to 400 plus 6x, this is the value we are going to get as a error. So now if somebody comes and say, if he says, if we take another candidate regression model, perhaps say another candidate regression model, let's suppose we are taking 600 plus 7x. This could be also another candidate for regression model. So 600 plus 7x, then also we will do the same thing and we will try to predict the sales with respect to the money that is spent on each of the training example. Then similarly we can find the error with respect to this regression model, can find sum of a square of the error, and perhaps error might be, so for 607x my error might be 1500. So this is one error. So 400 plus 6x, 1350 is the error. When we put 600 plus 7x, then 1500 is the error. So might be 5500 with respect to when model is 600 plus. So when model is 600 plus 7x. When model is something else, then I might get some error. If some other models are there, then we will get some other errors as a value, let's suppose 2000. Might get some error. So it is very intuitive to see now among all these model which model is going to make the best fit. The model which is going to minimize the sum of squares of error is going to be best possible model. So how many models are going to be there, as many straight lines are there, or as many tuples w0 and w1 are going to be there. So there are infinitely many models are there, and from infinitely many models I would like to select that model which minimize the sum of squares of errors. Perhaps one model can be like this, one model can be like the another one. So so if we expand this, we have seen that our data points are going to be nothing but x1 y1, x2 y2, and dash 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 xn yn with respect to any generic line y equal to w0 plus w1 x. Here variable happens to be, this is the variable w0 w1, and this is nothing but a model parameter. And then with respect to first training example, I can find out what is predicted value. So first training example, we can find out, this is the training example, this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Similarly, data are there xn, yn. And so then with respect to first training example, I can find out what is predicted value. So predicted value is y1 cap equal to w0 plus w1 x1. Then I can talk of error with respect to first training example. So what would be the error with respect to first training example? Y1 cap minus y1. So this is predicted, this is actual. So this is the error. If you see here, x-axis, y-axis, 10, 45, 50, 500, 600, 700, and then 900. So for 10 it is 520, so somewhere it will be like this. For 45 it is 735, so somewhere it will be like this. For 50 it is 900, so somewhere it will be like this. And this is the actual line. So y1 cap, similarly I can predict the amount of money that is generated through sales when I am going to put x2 amount on advertisement. So that would be nothing but y2 cap equal to w0 plus w1 x2. And similarly we can say that error with respect to this second point will be y2 cap minus y2. And similarly with respect to nth training example, that will be yn cap equal to W0 plus W1xn. And what would be the error? Yn cap minus yn. So this is the error with respect to first data point, this is error with respect to second data point, and this is the error with respect to nth data point. Then if we carefully observe this, what is the square of error? That is going to be just a square of error is this. Square it, all of this, as I already explained you why we square it. And then what is the sum of a square of the error? Sum of a square of the error is just put the plus here, dash 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 plus. Then in place of y1 cap, we can always write, in place of y1 cap, we can write this one, w0 plus w1 x1 minus y1 whole square. Then in place of y2 cap, we can write w0 plus w1 x2 minus y2 whole square. Similarly, for this yn place, we can write it w0 plus wn1 xn minus yn whole square. This is going to be sum of squares of error. Now here we make w0 and w1 little generic. They are variables. Then look at the expression that sum of a square of error with respect to the variable, sum of a square of the errors with respect to the variable w0 and w1. Now we are going to call this as error with respect to a varying w. So we are going to say this one with respect to varying w, ed error with respect to w equal to w0 plus w1 x1 minus y1 whole square plus dash 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 this point, w0 plus w1 xn minus yn whole square. Now if somebody comes and says that what is the error with respect to the line, so let's take this one. So somebody comes and says that what is the error with respect to the line y equal to 400 plus 6x. It is very simple for us because we substitute w0 and w1 as 400 plus 406. In this is w0 and this is w1. In this expression, the moment we do it, here x1 and y1 are known to us because they are the data points that is given to us. So in this expression, everything is known. So I can find that error. So with respect to every possible line, I can find out the error. Then what we are asking is that what is that line which minimizes this error? That means perhaps we are asking this question that what is that w0 w1 that minimizes error as much as possible. If I can write the error function like this, edw equal to, so you can see here we have already written like that, w0 plus w1 x1 minus y1 whole square. Similarly till w0 plus w1 xn minus yn whole square. So if I can write the error function like this, ed W equal to summation of W0 plus W1 xn minus yn whole square, and then n equal to n to n, and we put half here. So we are adding here, so we are putting as a summation W0 plus W1. In place of x1 we are putting xn, n start from 1 to n, the data point which we have, n data points. So for mathematical reason we put half here. We will see why the half is required. That does not make any difference for us as long as the expression without half is being minimized with respect to W0 and W1. With half, that means half being multiplied with the sum of squares of error. Also, the same W0 W1 is going to minimize this expression as well. So it does not matter if you put half or not, but for reason we will see later, but for time being we put half here. So the half is multiplied to all of them. So half here, if second data point is this half here, so the ratio will not change. And when we will differentiate this to find out the gradient descent, maxima and minima, we will see when the differentiation x power n is, if you differentiate here dy by dx, then nothing but it is nx n minus 1. So here it is 2. So if you consider this as a x, then x square is nothing but 2x 2 minus 1. So 2x 1. So it is nothing but 2x. So 2 here and half is here. So it will be actually cancelled, this half. So we will see when we will see the maxima and minima, and how it will converge that to find out this W0 and W1 as a loss function. So now the sum of a square of error going to be this particular expression. Here definitely W0 W1 is varying, whereas xn and yn are known to us. So W0 and W1 will is a variable that we need to find out. Xn and yn is known to us because we have a data point here, x1 y1, this is x2 y2, similarly xn yn. They are the nth training data points. So these are the xn and yn are nth data point. We all know what is x1 y1, what is x2 y2, and what is xn yn, all known to us. Only variable are W0 W1. Then perhaps if somebody can help us solving this optimization problem, that is minimize e d w, we have to minimize this, and variable being W0 W1, by putting W0 W1 we will definitely get some real number here. So we are asking the question, what are the W0 and W1 that minimize the sum of squares of error as much as possible? Okay, that is equivalent to solving this problem. So once this is nothing but equivalent to solving this equation, this one. So once we solve this problem, perhaps among all the lines that are there, perhaps that line which minimize the sum of squares of error with respect to all training points. So we will be having multiple lines. This is the one line, this is one line, this is one line, this is one line. We need to find out which one is giving the minimum value. So if let's suppose this line is giving 12,500, 1250, this line is giving 100, suppose this line is giving 50, this line is giving, this is what is this sum of the square of error, so this is error, and this is giving 10. So we will pick this one, this 10. So how to find? We have to minimize this equation. Is going to be best line. So which one is going to be best line, which will give the minimum value, and that W0 W1 is going to be the value of the model parameter. So for this line, if W0 let's suppose is 5 and W1 is W0 500 and W1 is let's suppose 6, so this is the best possible W0 W1 which minimizes this equation. and hence we say that we are actually fit the regression model. So in this video we have seen that how to arrive at the loss function. This is nothing but called a loss function also, or cost function, or error function, which is nothing but minimizing this equation. Minimize EW. This is the equation. Here, by minimizing which, we are going to get optimal W0 and W1. In next few video we are going to see how to solve this optimization problem. So in next video we'll see how to solve this optimization problem. This is the this one. Okay, thank you. If you have any question, please write on comment box. I will try to answer as much as possible.